Blues makers, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a fun little vinyl record player. The colors I'm using are white, orange, yellow, green, and black. I also have some mixing plates to mix up all my colors, a can of water, some paper towels, and 3 different brushes. I have at least 1 square flat brush, 1 round flat brush, and 1 thin pointy brush. Now the first step is to mix up our record player base color. So I'm going to be grabbing my big square brush and we're going to be mixing up a beautiful teal color. Now you can change any colors that you may want if you want to customize yours. But for this, I'm going to be grabbing a little scoop of white and a nice big scoop of green and mixing that up. Even adding a touch of black in case you want to settle down the color. And the first thing we're going to do is draw a big box. So not down the middle per se, but just to the right of center. We're going to draw a line that stops an inch from the top and bottom. I'm going to replicate that line towards the left edge, keeping about an inch from that left edge, and then connecting those lines on the top and bottom. Then what we're going to do is draw a nice big circle in the center of this square. This is going to be where our vinyl would sit. And then we're simply just going to fill in everything inside the square but outside of the circle. Now to that teal shade that I have, I'm going to add a little scoop of white to it to create something lighter. And we're going to be drawing these horizontal lines on the right side of our record player. Using the full width of my brush, this one's towards the bottom of that circle if you kind of want to use that as a guide as to where to place it. Once you put that in, we're going to be creating a new color. So we're going to grab our flat round brush and we're going to be grabbing some orange and white paint and mixing it up. We're going to be painting in a circle inside the circle, but not the full thing, right? Something a little bit smaller. This will be that center circle of our vinyl. Then with our flat square brush, I'm going to get back into that same orange paint and we're going to be drawing another line just like we did with the teal one. Not right next to it, but if there was a space in between that and it's right above that. Now with our flat brush, we're going to be creating a more yellowy version of our orange by mixing in some more yellow and white and putting 1 line of this color above our orange. Next up, we're going to be mixing up some brown with our flat brush, grabbing a scoop of orange and a little bit of black. And this will be the last line that goes in between our teal and orange lines. All right, time to mix in our background color. I'm going to grab a square brush and I'm just going to mix some white into that yellow and brown and kind of take bits of that to create this off-white color. Using this shade, we're going to fill in our entire background. Feel free to take your time as we're going around all these other colors and don't want them to blend. Camera cut off, but this step is basically taking a flat round brush in black paint and we're going to be filling in that ring of white that goes around that circle orange center of our vinyl. Next up, we're going to take a small pointy brush and we are going to be doing some lines of just plain green paint along the corners of our record player. Then we're going to be creating a gray with that pointy brush with some white and black paint and drawing a really small, tiny little dot of a circle in the center of our orange circle. Then with some black paint, we're going to draw a small shadow along the bottom edge of that gray circle. And then with some white paint, we're going to be adding some fun little wiggle lines into the orange circle. Give it a little bit of a highlight as if light is hitting it from somewhere. We're also going to take that white paint and draw a line on the outside edge of the black part of that circle, just to also give it a highlight. And lastly, with that white, we're going to be adding a few round lines in the black section of our vinyl that go, in a rounded line, sort of like a U shape or a rainbow shape or a smiley face, about 3 of those. Now we're going to focus on all the little buttons and the arm for our record player. So with my small pointy brush, I'm going to be creating a lighter version of my teal, so a lot of white and a little bit of green. We're going to draw a little circle towards the top left corner, but not directly in the corner since we want to leave some space for a big circle there. Clean brush, and we're going to be creating a new color similar to the more yellowy orange we have in one of those stripes. So it's going to be a scoop of yellow, a little bit of white, and a very small touch of orange. We're going to draw another circle that's the same exact size as that super light minty button right there. And this one's going to be just below and to the right of it. Sticking with that color, we're going to be drawing a nice big circle in the top left corner. This is going to be the base for where the arm comes out that, makes the record play. Once we have that circle, we're going to be drawing the arm. We're going to come just underneath the small yellow circle, still using the same brush, same color. Once we get into the black paint, you want to stop. We're going to draw a slight diagonal line going upwards to the right, and then bring the line back down to the right, and draw a little box at the end of that line. Alright, it's time to get messy. We're going to do some splatter paints. I want to put a little paper towel underneath of my canvas. We're going to be mixing together that same teal we started off with for the base color of our record and adding a bunch of water to it with our pointy brush. Then we're simply just going to tap on the back of our brush to splatter the paint downwards. I'm going to be focusing in this bottom right-hand corner. Then with a clean brush, we're going to add some water to the yellow that we used to create the arm of our record player and splatter some of that as well. Sticking with that yellow paint, we're going to be getting our pointy brush and drawing a rim of this yellow along the outside edge of that super light minty button that we added. Then we're going to get a clean brush in white paint and we're going to do the same thing to the small yellow button. And our last step is to add a little bit of a white highlight along the bottom edge of the base for the arm. And that's the last step to creating our lovely record player painting. We'd love to see what you're painting at home. Feel free to post on social media and tag us at muse_paintbar so we can check them out. If you want to see more from our channel, make sure you like and subscribe. And with that, don't forget to always paint outside the lines.